No problem.
All right, guys, I have someone who's really a rising star in boxing, Reshat. Please introduce yourself for those of you who don't even know you yet.
What's up, guys? Reshat, aka the Albanian Bear. 7-0, 5 knockouts. Rising star from Matchroom Boxing in the zone, and hopefully more to go.
Exactly. I love to hear that introduction. So, not to start off on a sad note, but COVID, obviously, your last bout was March 7th. How have you been handling COVID? I know that you're also in New York like me. Do you feel that it kind of delayed your boxing career, or what's been the mindset overall?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I feel like God has a thing that He doesn't want me to fight in the spring, summertime, because last year I had my shoulder surgery, and then this
Yeah.
year it's COVID. But it was good. I feel fresh off the surgery, but got those fights in that came out. I had the 4 fights that came, and then
Mhm.
unfortunately the COVID came, and thank God I was able to fight before they shut everything
Amen.
down.
I agree.
But it was something that's pushing us back. But now it's like we're still trying to keep into that shape. Now I'm waiting. It's harder in New York, I feel like, than anywhere else.
Yeah.
If them Because everything in New York is still closed. They don't have no phases. There's no phase for the gyms to reopen. So that's the
Mhm.
issue. So that's the main issue. We have other states that are everything's open still. They have no issues, but New York is the only state that has like pretty much everything is still closed, and they have no idea when are planning to reopen it. So, but like I said, we're still trying to keep in shape, run, do any
Good.
part of work that we could possibly do. So that's
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 beautiful. No, and I'm happy that you're still persevering despite, everything is closed. You're right. And I'm not too far from you. I'm in Queens. So I can only imagine if stuff is closed in Queens, stuff is closed in Staten Island for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
that.
So nicknames. Obviously, I know that your nickname is the Albanian Bear, but I've done some research on you and I didn't know that you had a few nicknames up your sleeve. So tell me, how did you reach the Albanian Bear?
So it started off at the beginning. I was a kid that was baby punch.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So everything I was doing, I had like toys, and I would just everything was punch, 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 punch. So they just like baby punch. They started calling me baby punch. But then when I started getting a little bit older and I started actually continuing with boxing, MMA, Muay Thai,
Mhm.
that stuff, they started calling me Mad Dog, because I was just different. When I was a kid, there wasn't really any just like form. I was just swinging. So I was going
Going
crazy.
at it.
Yeah, so I was super super aggressive, and then it started getting down to like a little bit of art form, more of like a chess game to me. But then, I still had that little aggressive touch to me. And when I seen somebody hurt or anything like that, I was going for the kill. And obviously, I'm Albanian, you
Hmm.
know, and a little bit, I'm a little bit hairy. I have a lot of hair on my arms and legs. So, you know, um, they kind of just threw that bear in there.
Okay.
I fight like a bear, and so that's how the name kind of stuck.
Nice. Well, it's very unique, I have to say, and obviously the Albanian, your heritage. So I love that. I love the explanation. I love that your journey through nicknames. So that's even better.
Yeah.
Um,
I think this one will stay. I think this one's gonna stay.
no, I think it'll stick to. I agree with you. So obviously, for many of us who know in the boxing community, there's a video that was posted of you back when you were labeled a child prodigy, and you're very much preteen years, which I've seen it a few times. And before working at the Zone, I saw it and I said, "Wow, oh wow, this is the same kid. It's amazing." Like to see that you're still involved and you've still been working hard because hard work pays off.
Of course.
When's the last time you watched a video? Because by the way, that has 23 million views now.
Yeah. Oh my God. To be honest with you, I only watched that video maybe like 2 3 times.
Yeah.
I never really watched it. I don't know. I watched it a couple times during the thing, but I would check up on it just to see how many because I remember the first week, 2 weeks that it came out, it hit like 3 4 million views. Like the first 2 weeks
Wow.
of the video, it went like crazy viral. Um, then it just kept going up, 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 up. My mom was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this results." But
That's my son.
yeah, me, I had a lot of messages,
Hmm.
saying like, "Oh, you're that," and I still get it today though. You're that guy from YouTube, and not even like you're the prodigy or anything like that. You're that kid from YouTube, the boxer kid. And I
Yeah,
was like, yeah.
I'm
So
all grown up.
it's a pretty cool experience, but same time, it also put a big target on my back. Especially when I
Mm.
was 13 years old. I was getting messages from guys 25 years old and stuff like, "I'll beat you up." I'm like, I don't know why you guys are yelling at me for the documentary of my life, man. But
Well, thanks so much for shining light on that because like I'm obviously 10 years older than you, not to age me, but you know,
you look younger than me, so I'm looking pretty old.
No, because you guys grew up in a generation of social media, so it's crazy to me to hear that you were getting DMs like that about, you know, from a population that was almost my age if you think about it, and harassing you. So but that's great that you put that behind you, but thank you for shining light on that, especially like how it kind of put pressure on you because people don't think
Yeah,
of
it. I mean, me, I was always considered the underdog all
mm,
my life. You know, I was always a small kid and all that stuff. So when it came down to fighting, I was always fighting guys, you know, double the size of me and all that stuff. Just to, you know, I was never really saying no to any fight. So I was just going there fighting, and whatever happened happened. And majority of the time, thank God, it was going good for me. But I
yeah.
was always considered the underdog. So I always liked that underdog status. Once this video came out, people knew like, oh, this it came out a little bit different. But I like that energy. And I like any positive energy that comes towards me. You know, even if it's hate, negative reviews and all that stuff. I like to change that mindset. I like to have people thinking like, you know what, this guy's a nice guy, and you know, I'm gonna try to change people's ways of thinking and all that stuff.
That's great. I'm happy to hear that. So going into that, especially since your mom, you chimed in on your mom, I want to talk about your dad. And I love that everything you do involves family. It's really beautiful. It's inspiring to a lot of people out there who don't have families, unfortunately. And also your trainer, Sosa, who you've been with, again, since you were a kid. So tell us, how does it mean to have those two amazing individuals that back you in your corner?
It's you know, it's kind of like having two dads. You know, at the gym and all that stuff. So with him, my dad is always with me. My dad's my best friend. I say this to this thing. We do everything together. You know, we all my life. You know, I spent most of all my life actually, technically,
Yeah.
with my dad. So you know, I can count how many times in my hand I've been away from my father. That's hard.
Oh,
You know, so it's he's been a guy that's been around me. You know, I know he's has his right mindset towards me, trying to help me and all that stuff. So you know, I'm forever grateful for my father to do everything for me. You know, and help me. So like that, and it's also you know, I've been knowing Sosa for a long time too. So I we can say like this, I'm getting old now. You know, for me to be saying like he's with me all my life, I'm getting old. So yeah, they've been helping me all throughout all my life, and especially my father. My father's been there since day one. So uh, for me to have two of those guys to help me out through my whole career and my whole life, you know, it's something I can't. I'm super grateful to have.
mm-hmm. That's wonderful. I'm really happy to hear that. So you talked about this earlier in your introduction. Your record is obviously 7-0 with 5 knockouts. Where do you see your career heading towards? Like, what do you want to be remembered for?
I mean, right now I'm getting kind of to that name right now, and it's
Mm,
like you know, the body snatcher. So
yeah.
I like to steal people's bodies for a little bit, but it's going good. You know, a lot of people they tend to you know like to be flashy and oh, one punch knockout to the face. A lot of times you hit somebody clean in the body, they're going down.
Yeah.
And especially in the Manchester one, when I hit that guy in the
I was
body,
going to say, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Yeah, like,
when I caught him in the body, I knew I was gonna catch him in the body because I watched some of his fights, and he could take a punch to the face. And even to the body, I hit him a couple times in the body, and he took it. I couldn't believe it. He started wearing down. He started huffing and puffing. But uh, when I caught him in the body, when I caught him clean with that body shot, he went down. I kind of snuck in the little straight right at the end. I got a lot of hate from that one too. Oh my god, they got a lot. They got a lot of hate from that extra like right hand that when he was going down. But you know, I do what I have to do to win the fight, and you know, at the end of the day, I want people to remember how different I was compared to other fighters.
mm,
And
I agree with
that body shot, I feel like changes the game and kind of makes me separate from other guys. A lot of guys focus a lot about to the head. Me, I'm more focused on that body. I want your body.
okay. Yeah, because I'm going to knock you down no matter what. That's the
Exactly.
fight.
If I catch you in the body shot, you know, it goes from right here to down here,
Yeah.
and then that's it. If I can't knock you down here, then I'll finish you over here.
Okay. You know, that's a strategy that many of us could definitely copy on the streets. And obviously, for boxing fans listening, take some notes from Reshat. Out of those 7 bouts, which one was the toughest, do you think? Like, did anyone make you work? And it's okay to say none of them because you know what? You're great in the ring.
I mean, I guess I had. I mean, I was never in a issue where I was in trouble or you know,
Hmm.
kind of losing the round or something like that. I was always, ahead. But I
Yeah.
would have to say either my second fight or the fight after my surgery.
Mm, okay.
So my second fight was 3 weeks after my first fight.
Okay.
So when I fought in Chicago, October 27th. Oh, no, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
October 6th. I fought October
Yeah, that's
27th.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, October 27th in MSG. So I got back, went straight to camp for 2 weeks, and then the rest of the week was, press conference, social media, all that stuff. So we pretty much only had 2 weeks of that, prepared to that, and we had no opponent. We found the opponent, I think, 2 days before the fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, right before the weigh-in, the guy was like, "Yeah, I'm preparing for another fight, so I'll just take it." And that dude was tough. That dude took a shot. We knew who the guy was. He was from Queens.
Okay.
Like you consider it like that. So we knew who he was. We knew that guy could take a punch. And
Wow.
that dude came to fight. And I mean, I was never really in the issue. 4 rounds. It was 4 rounds. It was easy rounds.
Mhm.
But the dude was tough. The guy took shots, and I hit him one shot with an uppercut, and he went down. He went down, and I think were you there for that fight?
I
And
think I was working that fight. Yeah.
he went down, and I turned around, and I was like I was joking around, and I turn around, he's back up, and I'm like, oh my god, I hit him so clean. But then after the fight, I'm not no mean guy that like to talk a lot of garbage after the fights and all stuff. So I gave him my respect and all that stuff. But even the guy after when I fought in Chicago again after my surgery,
Mhm.
that dude was like I said, I had no marks on my face, nothing like that. I wasn't in trouble at all. That fight, it's just trying to get back into that shape, how it
Yeah.
was before the surgery. Um, People say I was the best I ever felt after a surgery. That's
Mm.
not always true. I
Interesting.
ballooned up. I gained too much weight. And for me to go back down to that weight, it was an issue.
I can only imagine that journey of yours, and thanks for sharing it, especially with, people are often reluctant to talk about their injuries, and I just think it makes you more relatable because you're able to say, listen, you're able to come back as long as you put in the work. So thanks for sharing it.
I mean, like I said, we're not superheroes. We're regular people, the same way we just go through the vibes, man. We just go through the
Mhm.
flow, and we're just trying to chase our dreams. That's it. That's pretty much what we're doing.
Nice. I love to hear that. So, staying on that, achieving your dreams, when you hear people say that you could be the next Pacquiao or the next blank, what goes through your mind? Do you like the comparisons or do you not want to be compared to anybody?
It's like a love-hate situation right there. You want to be like you. In the beginning, it's cool. I don't mind it. I have no issues with that. But at the end of the career, I want to be a guy that wants to be compared to that people are comparing me to. So like I want to be like, you know what? I want to be just like Reshat. I want to be just like the Albanian Bear. So that's the situation I want to have. But right now, it's cool. Like a lot of people recommend they go like, oh, you kind of remind me of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Yeah.
That's my favorite boxer. So that's my favorite. So when people recommend me that, I kind of base off of that. That's why I like to run the body shots and all this stuff. So
Yep.
if people say that, I'm like, thank you. It's an honor for me to even see that. So I just keep going with the flow and try to keep winning fights.
Great. Well, thanks for that explanation on showing how it could be a love-hate relationship because I feel you on that.
Yeah.
You love the comparisons and you're like, I want to be my own person. Don't compare me to anybody. So I can only imagine the conflict
Yeah.
you might have.
Of course, it goes both ways.
Exactly. So to close it off, Rashad, I don't want to take much more of your time because I can imagine your schedule. So, to close it off, you've been working so hard in your boxing career for years, and people see you on TV. Oh, I could do that. I could knock somebody out, and it's not as easy as people on the couch think it is.
Well, it's not easy at all.
It's not. So, what's something that you want to tell somebody who's thinking of even pursuing a career in boxing?
I mean, it's like go to school for becoming a lawyer or like that. You got to put up the time.
Okay.
It's something that you have to put up the time to do, and you got to be focused. You can't let distractions be in the way of all the issues. A lot of times, I've known a lot of fighters that were supposed to be, they could have been in a situation that was better than what I'm at right now. But they came into partying, all that stuff. A lot of people want to party and all that stuff. In the boxing world, you cannot party. It's hard to avoid that.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to drink. A lot of people want to smoke. You can't do any of that. That
Mm.
messes up your Thanks. So my thing is just to stay focused. Always have that hunger in you, and just put up the time. And other than that, you're gonna be doing great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that advice. Thanks for your time. And before we go, shout out to your Clippers. You're wearing the jersey loud and proud. I see it.
Oh man, I had to put it on. I have my Kawhi jersey. I got all these jerseys. I'm hoping this year, if not next year.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you're ready for the bubble whenever it gets started. Hopefully in a couple of weeks from what I see the calendar. So hopefully, with everything, I'm sure you're looking at all the news that's going off. So let's just hope that somehow it gets started, for at least our sake.
I'm hoping to God, because right now this quarantine is not doing good. I'm like, ever since I came back from England, that's it.
Yeah.
I was inside my house. I wasn't going out. So, it's been rough for me. So I'm just sticking with my Call of Duty right now. I'm doing my thing whatever I can. So hopefully NBA comes up and that's it. We get it started. I'm hoping to God, please.
I'm right there with you, praying, because someone has to hope that sweeps out from our nation. This is really hard to see, but again, Reshat, thanks so much for your time. Shout out to the Clippers.
Of course.
There and they make it work somehow.
That's it. I'm hoping. Oh.
But yeah, thanks again for your time, and I hope to see you soon in the ring. I'm really happy at least you got to fight before quarantine and everything, kind of hit the fan. So much luck. Obviously, we'll be connected and stuff.
Of course, always. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, thank you.